Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and folks, XRP is fine. I'm going to go ahead and make an assumption since the market is a little bit crashy today. I'm going to assume that some people need their souls to be soothed, and so I'd say gather on the fire, children. It's story time with Uncle Moon Lambo. Look, everything's going to be A-okay. Frankly, I'm going to show you a chart, guys. In this chart, for me it personally instills confidence for a number of reasons I'll talk about. But this chart, it just shows that if history repeats, what we're going to experience for the second half of 2021 will result in melted faces. There will be disgusting face goo all over the pavement. And including because of the what XRP is going to do. It's just gonna look like little vomit chunks all over. It's disgusting. It was, for those of you around in 2017, even if you weren't in crypto, you saw it, you just didn't know what it was. But yeah, it was melted faces. And they look like these little vomit piles you poke with your stick, and then you'd be like, oh wait a minute, no, that's not vomit. That's just a face. And so that is going to be coming here. But for all of you that need your soul soothed, maybe I can help a little bit. Because look, I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell or hold anything. I'm not offering financial advice, but I don't think it makes logical sense to be fearful here. The market, the crypto market, is it's been trending upwards for 12 years, despite major pullbacks like we've seen over the last couple months here. And so one simple thing, and I'll try to just say it one time in this video, but I've got to say it on a day like this. Markets flip back and forth from extreme fear to extreme greed. They'll flip back and forth. And so, if you're selling your crypto right now and you're emotionally scared and maybe you've already taken a beating financially as a result of this downward price action we've seen, if you're selling, I just got to ask you, do you believe that the market will never enter extreme greed again? People will never be greedy in this market again. They will always be fearful. Do you believe that? Because if you don't believe it, then I don't understand what all the panic is about here. And it's just, I've been through endless pullback after pullback after pullback since November of 2017, and there's been fun upward price action along the way, of course, but I've been through all of it since November 2017, and I've never cashed out into United States dollars. And I fully intend to at some point, hopefully this market cycle. I've also never sold a single XRP, and so for people that haven't been in the space especially that long, and they're acting like this, I sympathize. I don't want anybody to feel that way, but I think that just arming yourself with data can alleviate the fear. I really firmly believe that. And I'm having a good time here. This did not make me feel bad or negative in any way whatsoever. And as I record this, XRP is at 54 cents, Bitcoin's at 29,798. Market cap for the asset class a little over 1.2 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 45.96%. And XRP has gotten, at the time of recording this, it has gotten down to as low as 52 cents. And here's the crypto fear and greed index. It's at 19 out of 100, indicating extreme fear. And so if you're selling here, you better tell me that you really believe that will never ever again, at any point in time, flip into extreme greed. If you're selling, you better convince me. Convince me too, though, because then I better get out, right? But you better really believe that, or else I think that there's gonna be a lot of people regretting that. So look, buy or sell or hold, I don't care. I'm not telling you. I'm just sharing with you my everyday Joe Schmo opinion because it's fun to talk about this stuff. So it's not financial advice, just to be clear here. But so why did we see the downward price action that we've seen? Well, here's a headline from Forbes, and this is just one of many. I'm not going to read the article, but you'll get the gist of it. The other reason the stock market fell 725 points. The Federal Reserve is struggling with its inflation strategy. And so look, whatever narrative you want to apply to this, fine. But the truth is, the stock market tanked 725 points, and the crypto asset class just followed suit. These asset classes, they move in tandem. It's provably the case. And so this is not, it doesn't mean that fundamental shift. It doesn't mean that we should be fearful. Oh my gosh, nobody wants crypto anymore. No, it's just humans using their emotion to buy and sell. That's all this is not new. I'm counting on humans continuing to do this. I don't care. I'm aware of it, and I want humans to keep behaving like they've been behaving because I'm actually counting on that behavior. That's my part of my strategy, like a big part of my strategy. Which effectively is to do nothing. It's based on this. It's based on humans continuing to make stupid, terrible decisions based on emotion. That's my strategy. And I'm just not going to participate. I'm just not going to do any of that. And so I feel great. Like XRP, best days yet ahead. I firmly believe that. I feel very strongly about that. Here's a tweet from Credible Crypto, and it was about Ethereum, but it's a leading cryptocurrency. Obviously, it's number 2 in terms of market cap, and the market moves in tandem. And I still find this relevant, and just for the sake of what's Ethereum at $1,754. And so Credible Crypto, on July 12th, he tweeted out the following: "All things considered, this makes the most sense to me." And actually, you know what? I'll just pull this up too. Here's the chart he shared. "All things considered, this makes the most sense to me. I think we see some relief across the board in the coming weeks. Invalidation on a touch of $1,720, which just about happened." And so you got to understand, when it comes to chart analysis here, it's not some sort of sorcery. You don't know for sure what is ever going to happen, but he said, look, here, I'll pull up full screen. This is effectively what he thought might happen, in more or less, with Ethereum, unless a certain negative level is hit of $1,720. And so then he retweeted that just a couple hours ago, and he wrote the following: "The original idea shared is about to be invalidated. This means the diagonal structure we saw was not a leading diagonal of an expanded flat, but rather an ending diagonal on a running flat. This also means we likely see another 15 to 20% move to the downside at least." And so if we end up seeing $1,400 or $1,500 Ethereum, okay, it's not the end of the world though. And let me share with you one of the many reasons why I'm so optimistic about all of this. Take a look at this chart here. This comes from an analyst named Master, who wrote the following. And I am going to put this chart on full screen in just a moment, so even though you don't normally need to look at your screen when you're listening to the Moon Lambo channel, it can be fun to do that, but you don't normally have to. I'm going to encourage you to in just a moment here, if you're not like driving an automobile or something like that. But if you are driving an automobile, hands on the wheel at 10 and 2, motorist, else you might become crashed into an animal like a fish. Ain't nobody got no damn time for that. So here's what Master tweeted: "Bitcoin is in a 4-year cycle. We are 88% complete. 12% to go. Bitcoin goes parabolic from July to December, 1 year after the halving. This occurred in 2013 and 2017. If this repeats, it would look something like this." And here's the chart that he's sharing right here. And so a couple things to note. When it comes to these market cycles, the craziest blow-off tops of all this, well, I guess you could call it just the blow-off top, it happens at the tail end of the market cycle. And so if you consider what happened with Bitcoin, it ran up from what was it, like $1,000 January 2017, I think it was around. I have to double check to be honest, but it ran up in 11 months to about $10,000. But then that last month, it went from 10,000 to about 20,000. So about doubled in a span of several weeks. And so even though we're 88% complete, if this theory holds, and it's an if, that's fine, but if it holds, you might be like, well, what can happen with just 12% remaining? Well, the craziest stuff happens in the 12%. Like, that's exactly what we've seen. That's the point here. And so the Bitcoin halving, again, there's only been 3 halvings ever, and the last one happened a year ago. But here's the thing, like, even though we've seen this has happened, and there may very well be truth to this. And so I'm optimistic, and really firmly, for reasons I've already articulated, I'm not going to get into in this particular video. I've stated my case. I feel very strongly we're still in the bull market. We're just seeing a correction here, and things are going to blast off. That's what I think is most probable. I don't know that for sure. I admit that, but I think that makes the most sense for all the reasons I've been citing for like weeks at this point. So I don't want to talk about that further, but. As far as the halving, the impact of the halving gets reduced every single time it happens, and there's more and more Bitcoin out into the space. So at some point, it may be the case that this isn't as impactful, and so maybe there's a chance that it wouldn't follow exactly. But I don't know, guys. Like, I'm seeing this market cycle, I'm seeing a lot of history repeating itself. And so if you just look what was written here, Bitcoin always performs best from July to December, a year after the halving. Will 2021 follow 2017 and 2013? So, it's only a couple other data points, so not a ton of data to draw upon, but it's certainly possible. Either way, I still believe that this thing's going to be going up and up and up and up, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm excited for this. I feel, well, it's endlessly fascinating, but my gosh, I so firmly believe that the best days are ahead of us as XRP holders and just crypto holders in general. Like, it's a coming here, my friends. And then there was this from DIY Investing. He retweeted that from Master and wrote, 4-year cycles, boys and girls. It could not be more obvious. My bullishness has not faltered. And so I'm sitting out there and I'm just having a good day like any other day. Market's up, I'm happy. Market's down, I'm happy. Market's sideways, I'm happy, whatever. But I know there's so many people out there that are not feeling so happy. And I understand that. And so I sympathize, I really do. And if you're one of those people, it just makes you normal. There's nothing weird or weak about you. You're just normal. I'm the weirdo. I'm the weirdo that doesn't feel sad about this. I'm not a sad panda. But really the reason, it's because I arm myself with data, and then when downward price action happens, like I'm just so numb to it at this point, and I have the data that indicates to me like this is just how humans behave, so it just doesn't matter to me. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Michael Vandepov. He wrote, "I've seen the first $2,000 price targets on here for Bitcoin." 2,000. And he says, well, that says a lot about the current state of the markets. Yeah, no kidding. No, Bitcoin is not going to 2,000. That is ridiculous. Absolutely, completely ridiculous. And then chart analyst Peter Brandt, who's one of the most famous and well-known analysts in all of crypto, he tweeted the following. Bitcoin will bottom when we see more Twitter photos like these. And it's a bunch of people with no eyes. Get it? No laser eyes, they're removed. But there's no eyes, period, which is a little creepy, I admit that. But that's what he shared right there. And so the sentiment he's getting at here, it's just when things seem like they could never be better. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. It's never going to stop. Or never be worse. I guess I worded that the wrong way. When things are just euphoric, that's when you had the laser eyes and everybody's saying they've got diamond hands, and most people didn't actually have diamond hands. And when people are saying that, that's a time to be a little cautious because the market's a little bit heated. But then when you see people capitulate and give up and the laser eyes go away, that's a sign perhaps that we're at or near a bottom, just in a general sense right now. And so I don't know exactly how low the market's going to go. I never pretend to. It's fun following what analysts think might happen. That is very genuinely interesting. But I will say this. Like when Bitcoin and the markets were crashing, strong buying volume came in. So I know Bitcoin's a little under $30,000 right now, but some seriously strong buying volume came in, made it look like, at least at the moment, that the sellers, the bears, they'd pretty well capitulated, at least at that moment in time. We'll see what happens. But again, the best is yet ahead. I'm feeling good about this. So XRP is fine. Calm yourself. It's going to be fine. Let me know what you think below. Hopefully you're hanging in there. But so you can always come here if you're ever freaking out about anything. Just know, like, Moon Lambo's not going to be freaking out. So if you just need like a calm, level-headed individual to just talk you off the perch, I can do that for you. I can't tell you to buy or sell or hold, but I do hope that you guys aren't over leveraging yourself, because that can make it very difficult to sleep at night. And that's why for me, like, I've only invested what I'm willing to lose in case I'm wrong. Because I always acknowledge too, like, yes, I feel very strongly, but it's possible a person can feel very strongly about things and still be completely wrong. And I acknowledge that. But I've armed myself with enough data. I see how humans behave. I get all this that, I sleep easy. I sleep so easy. Not a problem. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.